Hello, everybody, and welcome to the also Austrian 12 Grand Finals Mappool Showcase. It's been a little late, actually. It's a very stressful day for all of us, I think. Um, but we are finally here, and we are here in English because we are here with Miles, one of the poolers. Hello.
Hey, yeah, little bit of a stressful last day. Between one of the customs getting finished as last second as it could get, and a couple balancing choices on our end, we spent a lot of time making sure that this pool's more balanced than the last one at the very least.
Yeah, true. Also, forging replays, of course. That has been a fun time as well, the last few hours. But I think we are finally ready and finally happy to show you what we have cooked so far. So yeah, I think we
Mhm.
can just instantly start not to lose any more time because it's been a while. So let's just hop off this screen, go into Osu, and look what Nomad 1 has for us. Okay. My computer is super laggy today, but we'll have to work with that. Hello.
It's lock in.
Windows Explorer, please. Lock in.
So I guess I'll explain our balancing choices for this pool because it's clear that last week there were a few skill sets that were just way too hard again. And so we kind of went with a bit of an alternate form of balancing this week where some skill sets did get harder going from finals to grand finals, as it should be. Like, you know, skill sets like aim, I think, got harder. Tech certainly got harder. But as Fours would say, the spicier skill sets, either the same difficulty as last week or even easier than last week. And I think that's especially represented in the DT pool. I think you could almost switch the DT pools from last week and this week, but I think they're pretty similar in difficulty. As you know, we at the end of the day we want to have a map pool where all the remaining teams can at least have fun. And when there are maps where the top player is getting 200k and then everyone else is getting 30k, then that's obviously not a map that should be in the pool. So I'll just say straight up, the DT2 is easier this week than it was last week. It could even see FCs potentially this week's, where last week it was just like, just nobody could play that map.
Yeah, true. Thank you for the commentary so far. My Osu crashed, so everything is fucked again. So I need to quickly do this. I'm sorry. It it do be like that sometimes, I guess. Okay. Okay, I think we're back. Nice.
Let's go.
Maybe Explorer doesn't crash this time. Okay, I think we're fine. Let's go. Starting off, Nomad 1. Here we go.
Fucking Friday. Yeah, proper shred aim map, one that people have probably played before. This map is very popular. It's pretty comfortable, so even though it's very high star rating, 7.48, it's something where I think no matter what, every player in the lobby is at least going to be able to get good act on this. But also your better aim players are going to be able to excel.
Those are definitely some jumps. Some nice.
And also, so this is the only 4-minute map in the pool, by the way. So went back to prioritizing maps that are shorter length. Everything else is in the ballpark of 2 minutes and 3 minutes. I don't have a calculation on the average, but My guess is that it's somewhere around like 230, 240.
Yeah, my Oso is having a great time right now. I'm gonna do the calculations after this map, but yeah. Everything I've seen so far is quite the short maps and split songs. So that's awesome. For the people that said feedback about the link.
Yeah, Danzai Yamazanadu. I did have a map of Danzai Yamazanadu in the pool at one point, Goose, but it got replaced. It was on the, I think it's an A reset, and it's the Fiery Rage diff. But that map is like, it would have stayed in the pool just for the meme, because there were like a few better maps that we chose from for that slot.
Some streams you want jumping up.
Oh yeah, and I think I should mention this is the last map that we changed in the whole pool. Previously we had Iljazz's map of Internet Yamaro, but if we had that, then there just would have been too much flow aim and no mods, so we just decided to go with nice jump map. Or even though there are streams, it's not really a flow aim map.
I think we heard the same feedback last year when we had replays in Grand Finals, that people said, oh, what is this aim? Yeah, Chilier, what is this aim? Explain yourself.
And this freaky aim. Yeah, great replay from Chillier, who came in this weekend and did a lot of replays, so shout out to Chillier. Got us a lot of these done pretty last minute.
Yeah, quite the last minute actually. But thank you for the replays and the grind. I know it's only like, what, like 3 p.m. for you right now, so respect. Right. Before we head on to the next map, I'm gonna do the calculations real quick for map length, just that we have that stat on our hands. Cool. There's maps missing now. This stat is yeah.
Yeah, the custom maps.
The custom maps are missing. No. Okay. Speaking of custom maps, though, we have our first custom map, mapped by Kojo or Kojo. Not sure. Paradogi, if anyone knows that name better. But yeah, we have our Noma 2. Custom mapped. Played by Chillier. Thank you so much for the map and the replay. Let's see what this Noma 2 is.
The Dogi style diff name.
Dogi style.
Very funny.
Super funny.
Yeah, we've got a pretty clean stream map here from Paradogi. And I think also a pretty well-known song. There's a few other popular maps of this song, I know. think this is 200 BPM. Most of the difficulty is going to be confined to the Ki sections. There's some pretty difficult space streams. And also, it's CS 4.5 as well, I think. I know it's not CS 4, and I think it's less than CS 5. So I'm pretty sure it's 4.5. Yeah, that stream at the end of the chorus is really difficult. I think there's another one in the next chorus just like that.
Yep. So just for map stats, circle size 4.5, yeah, and AR 9.8. 192 BPM, and just below 2 minutes.
And also, compared to last week, I think this map is going to be received a lot better than that Nomad 2. That Nomad 2 last week had a lot of difficult cut streams as well, and really awkward angles, while this one I think is a lot more comfy for, you know, your typical flow aim.
Yes.
And there it is.
And it's really not long at all. So that's good. Alright. We go on to the Nomad 3. Great song.
Another map on the longer end, and we didn't get a replay for this, so we're watching autoplay this, but it's a Story of Hope mapped by Mirage. Pretty awkward, all things considered, and also on the longer end as well. It's 3 minutes and 31 seconds. A lot of that awkward, like, I feel like most people call it Russian style and they understand what I'm talking about. Like, variable flow aim, where like the spacing just increases and decreases a lot along with the flow. And that's pretty difficult for most people. Also, you could potentially say this is lower AR for some people. I'm not gonna go to say that AR 9.4 is low AR whatsoever, because it's not. But I know once you get below 9.7, you start to like incrementally get less comfortable for a lot of players. And even though it's, as I said, not low AR, at this BPM with how dense these patterns get, it's like, could find a misread or just, you know, mess up the flow aim if you're not as comfortable with dense patterning in general. And this is a map that I haven't seen in too many tournaments before, which is surprising with how popular Mirage is as a mapper. I say that this map was a custom for the Moist Critical tournament, CPMC. This was a free mod map in that one. And, you know, I think this map is also just really good in free mod as well because of the AR and how dense it is. So it's like, if you want to play a map that's a lot more difficult to aim, you take the Hard Rock, and then if you really want to play into that like density, you take Hidden. But I think that would be a little bit difficult for this map pool.
And for a country like us, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do think that we've actually been trending harder on the free mods this tournament. I know I have been when I'm like throwing maps in because of the very lenient free mod rules in this tournament. You can kind of just play it as an extension of the Nomad pool. but you're also allowed to take a comfort mod. So I've been putting in, or I've been trying to put in a lot of difficult maps that have this sort of density to encourage, you know, the player that has to take the mod to take one and be confident on it. Yeah, very, very awkward patterning in this one. You saw a lot of those shape snap patterns during the Ki seconds, and also those insane flow aim patterns. I think this map is going to be. I don't know how much it'll get picked. I hope it does, but I don't see very high scores coming out of this map. But speaking of not very high scores, the next map.
The
Sure,
next,
you have a lot to say about it, Yasuho.
a few things, yeah, I would say. We have prepared something for you. I just need to find it real quick, of course. Yeah, we have prepared something for you, and it's something that we've been working on for quite some time now. And honestly, the way it turned out, pretty awesome. I'm gonna say my thanks to everybody after the map, and I'm just going to share my screen Discord as well, so you can see it as well. But yeah, I'm gonna say my thanks after this. Just hope you enjoy, and yeah, not much else to say actually. Yeah, that's it.
Pretty tough map.
Pretty tough map. And yes, it's Windows Movie Player, or yeah, because I mean, yeah, I can, of course, have it in OBS, but it didn't work, so I had to find another way. But yeah, this is a great song by Xenias. We've been working on that for like around 3 months now. Map by Noosh and replay by Chillier. I have almost no words right now because it's so great that I can finally showcase this. But in other words as well, thank you so much for everyone who participated in this, and I hope you like the song and the map as much as I do. And yeah, this is going to be our custom song for this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Another great banger from Zenjas, and equal banger map from Noosh. As I said before, this map is pretty freaking difficult, and it's why tech is extremely hard in this map pool. But ultimately, I hope we see this map get played in every match because it is fucking amazing, and it's just going to be a great map to watch, I think.
Yeah, and unlike the tiebreaker last year, for example, I mean, we were able to see it, but I hope we can see this map more often in match as well. Even though it is hard, yeah, it's like 7.7 stars, but most of it, I think, and the way I've read most of the stuff in the playtest channel, it's not really 7.7 stars. I mean, it's hard, yes, but maybe not that hard. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I'm looking at the description of the map when it got uploaded, and the description is the screenshot of me saying make it a no mod 4, but try to keep the SR not too demon, like below 7.4. What is it at right now?
Oops.
It's beautiful. Oops. Well, it'll get played. It'll get played.
Hopefully, at least once. Okay.
All right, on to the next map.
Yeah, we have still a few to go, actually. So let's go. Let's hop onto the Nomad 5.
Not a speed map in Nomad 5, because we've got a lot of the speed in this map pool is condensed in the second half. So Nomad 5 instead is going to be very heavy on this finger control. So Lucent map of a... I think this song is pretty iconic from the old Rust Bell map of it. It's notorious for having 1/5 or 1/5 rhythms, which is very awkward to play. And also the flow aim on this is pretty difficult too. You just saw a couple cuts. I think accuracy is really going to suffer on this map for most players.
Yeah, when I saw this map first, I looked at it in the editor and I was like, yeah, some of those patterns are going to be tough.
While that's true, I think that it's pretty like intuitive to aim. I would say it's enough so at least where I think the real challenge for most players is just going to be like in the rhythm and the tapping on it, because otherwise it's mostly just like a flow aim map with weird rhythms. Apart from those snap jumps. Am I right in saying that this, like, it sort of plays like an evil Nomad 2? That's, like, I think the best way I would describe it. It's like an evil Nomad 2. You're playing these streams, and then you have to change the speed of your tapping. You have the weird expanding patterns, and you also have aim you can technically miss on, so... Pretty tough map. say the least.
Some of those space streams are also quite mean that go into the slider. That's a little... Alright.
I agree with fours. It's a practice map, and also there's no excuses for practice this week. Actually, that's a lie. It's OWC qualifiers week, so you should be practicing that instead. But the length is pretty short in this pool, so you can practice this.
What you definitely need to practice though as well is the Nomad 6.
For sure.
We have Stuffman. Once again, Osu replay, my goat for double S'ing that.
Very good score from Chillier pair.
That's what I meant.
Hey, I mean, this year in OWC there's group stage, so like you only need to get 40th seed to play in the tournament, so I definitely think Austria is capable of qualifying this year. We actually did have a decent amount of internal pushback on that, but I think it's worth it because there's definitely 40 teams that are good enough to play like on the stage. It's okay, so the pushback was that it's like, if you remember the last iteration of Course Ace, they had like a really awkward format and they're saying, oh, they're complicating things for no reason. Like, who cares about those 8 teams? It's more like people who see the tournament more for just like, they don't care about the first half of the tournament. They only care about like semifinals onwards, I guess, which I've always disagreed with. And yeah, I think it's very easy to understand. The only numbers that matter is if you get top 8 in qualifiers, you skip to round of 16. And if you get top 24 in qualifiers, then when you exit your group, you get to upper bracket. So I don't know. I always loved watching the lower seeded teams in OWC. Like, my favorite round is always losers bracket quarterfinals, because there you have like the overachieving low seed teams, the underachieving high seed teams, everyone just like struggling on pools, like starting to get skill capped. It's where you get the most interesting and cursed matches. Exactly, Force. It's like, we actually looked at that stat. It's like, even though you're making the top 8 teams take 2 weeks off, like, if you look at the stats, the top 8 seed, like, never, ever, ever, ever loses in round of 32. Like, if you're gonna cut any matches from the tournament, it's gotta be those. So yeah, I just spent most of this map talking about OWC, so we'll let the map speak for itself. It's really high CS, pretty low AR. This map is really, really difficult. I'll admit, this was another one of those weeks where Dada took a nap yesterday at like 5 p.m. and didn't wake up until right when I was about to go to sleep. So I basically gave him like an 80% completed pool. And I just DM'd him like, I know you're gonna wake up and you're gonna finish this map pool. And this is one of the maps he put in.
I love the 10-hour naps.
Yeah, it happens. He said, I'm taking a 2-hour power nap and then we're making the Austria pool. And I knew he was not just taking a 2-hour power nap. That guy was fucking out. Well, that's the map. On to the hidden pool.
Oh yeah, let's go. Hidden one.
Yeah, Yokes was too busy playing this map.
But I think we ended up taking the Chillier pair replay for this because it was higher score.
Yeah, I sent this map to Yokes because I remember watching a tournament where he was playing against, I think, David Q2, and this was in Grand Finals, and I was like, I know you have like a near FC replay on this. But then he said it was on his old computer, so it was gone, so he just started playing this, and then Chillier sniped him instantly, so. But yeah, Yudachi no ribbon, 230 BPM, fast, awkward aim. I think I said this was a U-Dragon map already. I think he has a very distinct style of having very awkward aim while also incorporating some elements of flow into it. And also, yeah, very, very nice song. This song is actually about a tragic love story, so I looked up the lyrics to this song one day, and it's actually about like Yuri or something. It's about like Yuri schoolgirls or something. I'm not even joking.
That's my favorite song now. Oh my.
Yeah, like if you can fact check me on this. I'm like 95% sure.
Try not to cry throughout the match.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite awkward aim maps to pull at this star rating. There's like a very good song. The jumps in this map are really satisfying to hit. And I know a lot of people don't really like U-Dragon, but I am one of his big supporters, especially on this map. Yeah, definitely one of the less offensive maps in the pool. I think some of the more offensive maps come later. It'll get progressively less normal as we go through. I hope you're ready for some more great DT and free mod maps.
Also one of the longer maps in this pool. 3 minutes 53. No, 3 minutes 41, sorry.
But luckily, because it's pretty conventional, like you don't really need to practice this unless you're like not that good at the awkward aim. But yeah, I actually agree about last week's hidden one. I'm surprised I haven't seen that map pooled more. I say that like I'm still paying attention to most tournament map pools, which I'm like very much not, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I really like Pawnbot. Pawnbot is just like a mapper who I've never seen a Pawnbot map where I thought it was bad. It's like just very high quality 99% of the time. But here's a map I can't really speak about because it's another one of the maps that Dada put in right when I woke up.
Yeah,
so hidden 2.
And it's also one of the maps that had to be played by Chili Repair, aka Osu Replay, autoplay, but you can see a perfect run through this map. Hidden 2.
Beautiful run from Chili. I didn't know he was this good at low AR hidden, but yeah. It's New York something. I think it was New York Backbreaker, the song was called. The Blackie Design. Blackie Design, a mapper who I think has showed up fairly recently when it comes to custom mapping. It has a very clean style from every map I've seen. And yeah, here you can see it contrasts really well with the Nomad 5, where it was or the Nomad 6, sorry, which is a Kirby map. This one is very modern, very clean. You still have some of those difficult sliders and those snapping triangle patterns, but ultimately I think it's pretty comfortable. CS4, AR8.
Also, I believe this is the map with the very funny slider near the end. I don't know if you know the about that slider, but it's really funny.
in a finger control section. Yeah, this is definitely a beat map.
Good message, of course. Maybe it's because it's true, but who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good flow check, especially where the Nomad, or not the Nomad one, the Hidden 1 and the Hidden 3 both don't have too much flow. What's with that slider? Can you go the wrong way?
Sorry?
Do people go the wrong way on that last slider?
I believe so, yeah.
Awesome.
Because it's not.
Right.
It's quite easy to go the other way, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hidden 3, we have another custom. Wow. This time Hidden 3 mapped by Hakashi, Austrian mapper. Crazy. Played by Chili Repair. And it's a great song, and I think we can just start and look at it.
Yep, the song is Fuego and the map is Fuego too. Pretty fire. 2 custom tech picks this week. This one by Hakashi. This one, I think it leans a lot more into that raw slider range than Nuge map does, where the Nuge map, it feels a little bit like mech tech. This one have a lot of very long, very fast sliders. And if I were to point to one map in this pool where you really actually need to practice, it is this one. Because you aren't going to hit those fast sliders without learning where the ticks are, without learning the shapes. You're just going to get notch held.
Super fast sliders. To pull up the beat-up stats real quick, because since it's not uploaded yet, we don't have stats on the stream screen yet.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this map. It contrasts really well with all the other tech picks we have in the pool. I think Hakashi did a great job on this one.
I agree.
Oh, look at that. That one's gnarly going right into the Ki.
Okay, so that map stats is 200 BPM, circle size 4.2, and AR 9.6. That's what map stats. Awesome slider at the end.
Yeah, pretty wacky score from Chillier. We've seen him SS like 3 maps this showcase, and he only gets 490k on this one. I think he needs to get a little better.
Play more, please.
Yeah, please play more. Okay.
Okay.
HR1.
What a crazy good song as well.
Toshin Genki. Yeah, I believe this was a OWC custom originated. I think I don't have it on me right now. I think this was like 2023. 2023, maybe a Hidden 1 or a Nomad 1 in an early stage. It's a garden map.
I love my Taikobi and standard maps.
22. Okay, 2022 says Chillier. That makes sense because I know I was like in World Cup staff at the point of this map. I just didn't know if I was like, or I didn't remember if I was cooler or not for when this map was up. Yeah, another one of the longer ones. This one approaches 4 minutes. It's not 4 minutes. I think it's like 3:53.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, this is the lower BPM map in the pool. That's still pretty conventional. I'd say it's... I think the main difference between this one and fucking Friday is the presence of streams. This one, the most tapping you're really gonna have are those triples. And also, you know, just higher spacing because it's hard rock. If there's one comment I have on this pool, like from an overall perspective that's much different than previous weeks, is that in most of the previous pools, we would eat up an aim slot with like something that's, yes, very much an aim map, but not like primary aim. Like we had like Miracle Sympho X a couple weeks ago, we had Night Ride HR1 last week, but at this pool, I think aim is really represented in its purest form a lot more than previously in the tournament. Like between Nomad 1, Hidden 1, this map, I guess you could even call the Nuge map tech, and then also another map coming up that is pretty primarily an aim map but is different for other reasons. I think it's a different look. It kind of goes back to... I won't say slot pooling because there is one mod pool where there isn't necessarily a primary aim map, but every other pool basically has one. And that kind of stems from the last change we made in the pool where, as I said earlier, fucking Friday, the Nomad 1 was the last map that was put in the pool. The previous map we had there was kind of closer to mech tech. It was like kind of flowy mech tech. And we ended up changing that just because we thought that the players wouldn't really like that map. So we were like, okay, let's just put in like a normal A map, but make it really hard. And fucking Friday is really hard. I think this map is a lot easier to get a high score on than fucking Friday. But who knows? We'll see.
I feel like the replayer is able to play hard rock. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. HR2, another World Cup custom, actually. You know, we're just thinking so much about OWC right now because tournament coming back up again. We've got Vector. I really liked this map when it came out. It's another fairly standard map, as we've learned. People in this tournament, they prefer standard maps in the spicier skill sets. So this one has a little bit of awkward aim control during some stream patterns and a couple 1/3 as well, but overall, it's a fairly standard map. I think the precision is what brings out the difficulty of this map for the most part.
And it's just 2 minutes 13 long. So focus on small sliders and circles just for 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So a very comfy BPM. It's 200, so accuracy on this shouldn't be that low. Hoping to not see any B ranks on this. Oh yeah, let me know if my voice is cutting out at any time, because I think my internet is kind of laggy.
So far, so good. We'll let you know, though.
Oh yeah, there's that 1/3 section I was talking about going into the Ki. Captain is such a great guy to have on for customs. Back in Corsace Closed 2023, I was like obsessed with that old style map. You'll know what I'm talking about. Like high BPM, AR9, CSY the Corrupt. I was just like, we need to have a map like this in modern times. And then Captain's along like, oh, I think I have an idea. And then he makes that T-Paz map of a Foughton Field. It's like 8 stars, AR8, like 240 BPM aim. And he just does it for fun. Like he's just an MVP for whatever type of custom you need from him. But there's the HR2.
Yeah, HR3 coming in as a banger and as a classic song, and people will like it, I think. For the song and for the map, we have
I hope so.
80, 80, 80,
Odo. Odo by Otto. Otto. Yeah, this is the... I don't know what I would call this map in like pooling terms. It's like kind of finger control, kind of flow aim, also kind of tech. It's like... But despite having all of those skill sets, this map is like really comboable. Like a lot of the time, 617k plus. Never mind. He lost score at the end. What a noob. 615k. Pretty good run. 5 missed. 96.5%. If you can get better act than that, you're probably due for a good score on this. Now onto the DT pool.
DT1 coming in. Thank you, Wojtek,
Yeah,
in 2019 for the replay.
Yep. Classic. The Island. This was... Funny story, this is like one of the first maps I ever saw in Osu. Because I kind of followed the Minecraft pipeline into Osu, and I saw an Arison video with this map. He was playing it with DT.
Oh, damn.
I say that, but it was Dada who actually put this one in the pool, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Wild mice lore, yep.
I just like... I love doing pool showcases because I can just like... I just put my brain on autopilot and I just say whatever comes to mind about the map, and it's like something like this I just have to bring up the old Arison score. I think he got like a low A rank or something back before he was a top player. Yeah, this one, it's the DT pool's balancing in general is just... I think if we were to look at this pool and only this pool without knowing the context of the tournament, you'd get pretty confused, because I think this map is a slight step up from last week's. Although it is comfortable, but I think it is a step up. Either a step up or the same level. But then the DT2, I will say without a doubt, is like perhaps a round easier than last week's, which is how it should be, because last week's was just like way too hard for this tournament, and that was just our fault. And then I just like, I think the other two DTs, DT3 and 4, are both around the same level as last week's.
I see overall less BPM in the double time pool than last week, which is probably good because people also in match complained a little bit about BPM, especially that 295 BPM and 300 BPM.
Yeah.
Where people were not so happy about it. But I feel like this week could be better in that regard.
Yeah, I think by numbers at least, that's certainly the case. But there is still a lot of difficult tapping in this pool. And as I said, we're still due for like a stamina map because the No Mod 5 was finger control and flow aim. So still got some demon stamina left in the map pool, but nothing near the level of what we had in last week's CT2. Yeah, last week's 300 BPM map, that was just an alt map, so it's 150 BPM streams.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very cool map.
Also AR 10.3. There's 2 this week. Before we go into that, we see double time 2. It's minus 45.
Yeah, this motherfucking Dada guy putting his own maps in the DT pool. Shameless. Shameless. Oh yeah, we've got more Dada Umineko. People liked it the first time, I think in quarters, or it was round of 16. It was one of the two. So we brought it back. This one, mostly finger control with a slight amount of stamina. I would say it's more primarily finger control than stamina, but depending on what type of tapping player you are, you could find this more difficult for one or the other. And yeah, obligatory read Umineko if you haven't.
So true, read Umineko. Yeah, so far no death
It's
streaks. I like it.
2021 Grand Finals, I'm hearing now. Okay, great. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Forz. Usually what happens every year is that Dada and Azer just get assigned to, like, whatever nobody else wants to map. That's why there's so many Dada and Azer Nomad 2s and anti-mod maps. Yeah, this one, even I thought this might be too easy for this pool. I say might, it absolutely is on the easier end. But at the same time, I think there's merit to saying that map pools should have skill floor and skill ceiling maps. Where, like, yes, this map is easy, maybe the easiest in the pool, but there has to be an easiest map in the pool, and there also has to be a hardest map in the pool. So you could put this in the same light as you would say maybe like maybe like Nomad 4, where it's like, yes, it's hard, but it's part of the map pool, and there's room for hard and easy maps in the map pool. What the fuck is coming out of my mouth? Justify methods too easy. But whatever. This map should be FC'd. Come on, guys, let's get it.
Oh wow, full combo.
Yay, nice score, Ekaro. Even I have an FC on this map, by the way, and I suck at tapping, so...
Should have used your replay instead.
True. Alright, DT3. Here is Speed.
Speed.
Yeah, I agree with you, Forrest. A team with a tapping advantage will win that map every single time, so... as long as it's fun, I guess. Yeah, this map I would put in a very similar vein as last week's, which I'm pretty sure was a Kando reduction. And yes, Goose, this was a HR pick in one of those OWCs. Well, long before I ever got involved, but I remember watching it.
That's always crazy to me to see like this map going from hard rock to double time in like what, 7 years?
Well, it wasn't this difficulty. The top difficulty is like 9 stars on DT.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I think this is a lower diff.
Okay, it would also be weird to like pull hard rock on an insane, but what do I know?
But yeah, Forrest, I think we've almost went too far in the other direction, where I feel like map pools are just so hard now, where it's just like that point I made earlier about having skill floor maps where you like where it's expected to get an FC. Like, it's kind of a lost art, where back then it was just like everything was an act battle, where ideally we're somewhere in the middle, where like there are maps where, you know, you can expect FCs or very high scores, but then also just have like very difficult maps in the pool as well. But that's another thing that's getting improved on this year by bringing back groups. So I'm not sure how public this information is, but it doesn't like hurt anything to say it. The groups pool for OWC this year is around 6.7 or 6.8 stars average. So it's going to be very accessible, and we're going to maybe see some of that act battle goodness come back. Although I still think that like 6.7, 6.8 is like pretty difficult. Oh my god, 6-7! Alright, I should just get muted. I should just get fucking muted, man. Get me out.
Nope. Nope. If I mute you, the stream is gonna be silence, bro. Unfortunately, I hadn't had the time to actually look at the maps this week, so I'm very, very happy that you can carry this so good. So thank you for that.
I mean, it's the same thing as commentary to me. It's like you just turn your brain on autopilot, and I can just say anything about these maps. It's awesome.
6-7. So true.
Yeah, big agree with you there, Goose. But whether that gets fixed this year, I cannot confirm nor deny. DT4 though is a pretty fun gimmick map in my opinion.
Apparently, I'm fucking fired. I have to leave. See ya.
GG.
Okay, moving on to double time 4. Last double time in the pool. Let's see. Oh yeah, I read.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I read about this one.
We needed something like funny in this map pool. Like we needed like a Wenches in Mead or something. Like we initially had another map in here that was like old. It was very old and very difficult, and some would say very trash. But like the map was really hard, and it also wasn't that funny. So like, I thought we've got to bring in a map that's like it's old, it's trash, it's funny, and it's also difficult. It's difficult, but like it's something where I think even people who can't play this might have fun playing this, because like everyone has seen this map before. Yeah, just very low AR. It's a AR6 before DT. Got a lot of those difficult aim control wiggles, some fast sliders, and also our patented one-shot pattern. Every pool needs a one-shot pattern. Here's ours. If you hit that pattern, you probably win the map, and that's just a really hard pattern. Not to discount the difficulty of the rest of the map either, though.
Who's the replayer that can hit that on double S?
I think his name was Minefield Surfer. I don't know who that is. That's a name change. I actually have them mutualed, but I don't remember who that is. It's nice. Lucrease? Okay, respect Lucrease.
That's a crazy score. The double is still holding.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a tragic place to drop the double S.
Oh yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after.
Oh yeah, and be careful on these ending patterns.
Oh yeah.
It's so easy to chain miss that last pattern and just lose like 50k score. It's as important not to chain miss that pattern as it is to hit the big wiggle in the middle. But okay, free mod time.
It's free mod time. Free mod 1 coming up. Played by Miles. Let's go.
That's me.
It's you.
Played by Miles, converted to score V2 by Chillier Pair. God bless. But yeah, this is another map that has been used in World Cup as well. That this one was, I think it was finals in 23. Finals in 23 or 22. It was in free mod there as well. Yeah, this map, it's the last purely aim map I was referencing earlier, where this one I think is mostly categorized as like an awkward aim map, maybe dense. It is AR9, so might be dense for a no mod or a hidden player, but ultimately I think very comfortable. And even if you're playing this on I think it could even be double hard rocked if the rules allowed for that. because it's very low circle size. So if you would rather play with that higher AR, sacrifice a bit of circle size, it'll only go up to, I think, like, it's still lower than CS5. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely don't expect to see a double hard rock on this, but, like, if you do have a bunch of people who are severely handicapped by lower approach rate, then it's something where I don't think you're too crazy to consider it. Because, yeah, it's CS 3.5, so after hard rock, it's somewhere like, I think it's 4.55, but don't be on that. Yeah, you do have that stream section there. So it's not like there's zero flow aim in this map either. Although I do sincerely think that most of the difficulty on this map will come from the jumps. Like, yeah, there's the funny, I think, octagon and these funny triangles that I just flow aimed. Also worth pointing out, okay, I think my internet is dying. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit, but it's cut off sometimes, yeah. Last thing I heard was important to point out.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Alright. Great internet. Wow, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, worth pointing out, this is the second Halia map in the pool. Very clean Korean mapper. I like a lot of his maps. And now into another second map in the pool. Fremont 2 is our second garden map.
Hell yeah.
Except this map is very mean. This map is very mean. It's Fremont 2, CS5 AR8, and this map is shitload of aim control, shitload of flow aim. It doesn't get easier no matter which mod you take. If you take hidden, you have to deal with these like really difficult wiggles. And the density alongside those. And the wiggles just a lot harder on hard rock. And you also have to deal with those cuts a lot worse than if you're playing no mod or hidden. And like look at those triangles. Like you have to snap all of those.
That looks mean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But overall, also one of the shortest maps in the pool. It's 2 minutes 22. 160 BPM, and these snaps here, really tough. But yeah, after that, there is a bit of a downtime during this section of the map. I think it's really important that you combo this easier part of the map right here, because there's going to be another really difficult part at the end. Where the flow aim really ramps up. But this shouldn't really hit your stamina. It's only 160 BPM. So it's just a lot more a test of your low AR flame, and then starts to cut here at the end. It does. Those cuts aren't that big, but if you aren't ready for them, they can certainly catch you out. These cuts are a lot harder, and then those triangle streams as well. Just a lot of spots to miss. Why is Freddy Fazbear in the background? So I have read this VN. That guy is basically just like Freddy Fazbear. He just shows up, and if he shows up, you know you're gonna die.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Fremont 3, another map that everybody will know. Oh, wonder where that stamina map was, Miles. Oh, there was no stamina map yet. Where was it? Oh, yeah, here it is. Fucking Taromi Hearts. It's in Fremont because it's AR9. If you can't read that, take Hard Rock. It won't get that much harder. But otherwise, yeah, it's just 220 the whole way through. 219, actually. So.
Let's go shit. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a meme. Chillier told us that this map was shit. And we were like, yes, but it is staying. It is shit. It's gore shit. Yeah, this map is just like it's just a stamina test. There's really nothing else. I've yet to see a player who can't play this because of the AR9. I guess if you like only ever play above AR10, you might struggle on that, but I don't think it would lead to overaims, and that player would probably be the one taking Hard Rock anyway, so. Prime, all of us are seeing this map. I think my submitted score is like a C rank 90 combo. Definitely I could have done this in 2023. Not anymore, but 2023 I could have. Since we're in a downtime, I feel like I might as well just talk more about World Cup since that's gotta be on everybody's minds, right?
Surely, yeah.
I'm just really curious to see who gets through to groups. Because, like, there are actually so many teams who are in that, like, you know, seed 40 to 32 tier that land there just about every year. And they just keep getting gated out of the tournament because they just struggle on just getting that little extra step to get into top 32. I'm really curious to see which teams are gonna like stick there, because I'm on the prediction stream for Course Ace next week, and like I think that's gonna be a lot of what the discussion will be about. Like which teams in like, you know, that tier are gonna make it into the tournament. And I think it's motivated a lot of players because they can finally get their countries into the tournament. And I'm excited to look more into that, excited to hear what other people think on which teams will make it.
Austria will qualify seed 8. Thoughts? True.
Doable. Skip groups. Easy. All right, last map before TB. Fremont 4.
This is such a fun
Clown
map.
Core.
This is such a fun map. This one is one I looked at. It's so fun.
This map is fucked up.
That too.
Yeah, this is another map I actually haven't seen. I just kind of like, I put in the note what I think the map should be, and we got this map. I think there's been a lot of evil aim control in the pool, and this map is like a nice aim control. It's like, it's something where people who maybe don't play aim control are probably gonna have a better time on than like the aim control and like, I don't know, the Fremont 2 or some of the tech maps. This map is wholesome aim control for all your friends and family. Also very low CS. Got some big O circles here. Also a very long downtime section before we get back into the map. How many people in here have listened to Clown Core? Because my go-to warm-up used to be Clown Core. And I remember my favorite screenshot in my Osu screenshots folder is I was playing against Cookie Z in like 2019, and it was like, the lobby was like me, Taquito, Digital Hypno, and Cookie Z, and I just screenshotted it, and I'm like, damn, I'm really there. And then we got swept. Good times. I need to shut up about my Osu lore. Look at this map.
It's something scary. Can we change the map soon?
Holy cut stream. Okay, Force, I know what map you're talking about. Actually, wait, no, I just confused it with an OWC map. What? I'm in OWC mode right now. I'm just thinking of different maps. Oh, you're talking about Black Glass. Okay, yeah, this is probably more fun than Black Glass for a lot of players. That map had a lot to do with it. But yeah, one more map, tiebreaker. And what else could it be than, I think, another World Cup map? I really like this one, though. I haven't seen it get pooled in a while. It's a very good song. I think a very well-rounded map. Chillier was telling me there's a diff spike. I don't believe him. There's a difficult stream in the middle, but it's not that much more difficult than everything else. Yeah, Isomir, I agree, is one of my favorite mappers. Like, we still don't have, like, replacement for Isomir. Like, Isomir and LMT were just doing things that nobody else could do. Okay, now I'm gonna, because this map is really long, I'm gonna share, like, the most useless lore ever. Yes, so, Fuki, I think a lot of people know Fuki for her band that she's a part of, Unlucky Morpheus. Everyone knows Unlucky Morpheus. So, I went to Japan this summer, and I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna be in Japan for a while. I need to, like, find a concert to go to. So I check, like, all those websites that actually sell tickets to foreigners, which is not that many, and I was like, oh shit, Unlucky Morpheus is playing in Tokyo like the day before I leave, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this ticket. And then, a few days before that concert, I get an email saying, sorry, one thing that wasn't advertised about this concert is that it is only for females. So if you're a man, you're not allowed to enter this concert. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I had to, like, request a refund, and they were like, oh, we're so sorry. I'm like, fuck, I wanted to go to this concert, man.
What the hell? It's fucked up.
Like, it's messed up. But okay, that took up a third of the map, so I have to talk more. Yeah, this map. It's an aim map and it's a stream map. It's a mechanics map. Yeah, that's the thing for is it's like it's really tough to get concert tickets if you don't have like a Japanese address or a Japanese phone number. I did manage to get a ticket to Hardcore Tanosi though, which had like a bunch of really cool artists. Like it was what was it? Hardcore Tanosi has like Usao and what else? Like DJ Norik and DJ Myosuke. T Pazolite as well. But I only got into that because one of my friends who had a ticket was sick.
But how was that? Seeing them live?
It was kind of crazy. Like, it was actually kind of crazy. Because, like, first off, I think rave culture in the West is a lot better than it is in Japan. Like, everyone was just, like, standing still. And it was like, you couldn't leave to go to the bathroom or, like, get a drink because then you'd have to, like, muscle through the crowd. Because nobody was, like, moving. Like, in the... I assume it's similar in Europe because Europe has the best rave culture. But in the US, it's like, the people with the most energy get filtered to the front because everybody's, like, dancing and whatever. But in Japan, everyone just stands in straight lines. And I'm just like... I'm in the back left and I'm like, well, I can't, like, muscle my way to the front without being an asshole, so I'm just gonna stay here the whole time. And it's like standing in the same spot for 6 hours. At one point, you get tired of EDM. But anyway, here comes the stream that I think Chillier was talking about when he said this map has a diff spike. Yeah, you got this section here. Yep, that stream's pretty tough. But if it's a 4-way FC and it comes down to who misses that and who hits it, I will be very surprised. Okay, I've succeeded in spending most of this TV talking about random shit.
Nice.
So I guess I'll say now in the last like minute, I want to wish you all best of luck on this map pool. And especially best of luck in qualifying for World Cup, because I know Austria is one of those teams that's vying for, like, you know, a top 40 spot to get into the tournament. And I hope to see you guys there. I'll definitely cast one of your matches if you are.
Nice. Yeah, good luck to the Austrian team as well. For me. Just practice the maps. So easy.
Lock in. The OWC pool is a lot shorter than this pool, at least. It shouldn't take too long.
Yep. But that's it. That is it.
All right. Thanks to Chillier Pair for that replay. Thanks to everyone in chat sticking around. Absolutely. And of course, shout out to the custom mappers, right?
Yep. Once again, we have Kojo, Nuj and Hakashi for the maps. Thanks for the replays. Thanks Miles and Dada for pooling all of those great pools and the great work you put in, even though it's OWC season and it's probably not easy to handle 2 pools at the same time, especially on such a tight schedule every time. But
3 for Dada, actually.
Oh damn! Okay.
He's doing another tournament.
Right.
He's a psycho.
Locked in psycho. Yup. Well, yeah. The pool with the map pack download is going to be on the sheet like shortly. Stats probably tomorrow, or like shortly after midnight. Not sure. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for joining the cast, Miles, and carrying the cast mostly.
Of
Um,
course, man.
and yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. I'm very excited about the matches next weekend. And yeah, I'm gonna see you there. Have a great rest of the night on Monday. And
Hmm.
yeah, any last
Have a
words?
good night, everyone.
Okay, good night.
Oh,
Bye.
yep. Good luck. Good night.
Bye.